Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 43 of Total War Warhammer. We've just completed what I believe is the last quest in our quest chain, but one thing I have just noticed, we appear to have gained, we haven't gained another grudge, it's just that the severity is going up. That's not too bad. We don't need to worry too much about that. As soon as some of our heroes have recovered and we can go back over and complete some of our missions, that should be fine. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have got Lucas's army heading up to the north. We can't really do anything more at the moment. We do need to really get up there and start dealing with the Varg and the scaling though. And particularly we need to go up here and find these other settlements that we need to get and go and settle them. So let us end the turn. Kenneth has a skill point. Let's go ahead and assign that before we do anything else. So, what do we want to give you? So you're kind of a mix at the moment between sort of fighting and being a sort of a map thing. I guess reduced construction cost makes the most sense as we're using you to build settlements. So let's go ahead and end the turn then. It's still a little bit risky the way that we're fighting at the moment because we've got Tilia and Estelia on the west who we're fighting against. And then we're also trying to sort of head up to the northeast as well, where all of the Varg are, and we need to go up there because we're trying to sort of colonize some of those other settlements that we need in order to complete the campaign. Still, looks like it's mostly Bretonia that are getting all of the rubbish there. Foundation Afro has returned. And Foundation Afro is a bit of a higher level than Direct Steelbeard, so I think Afro is actually going to be... I don't think heroes get attrition. So I think Afro is a flipping long walk for you, and I appreciate that. But I think you're going to be going all the way over here, and let's just move you to here. It'll take you like a billion turns, but you will get there eventually. Let's make sure that we are still heading north with our other armies. So... what have we got here? We've got Belowan's army. So you don't really need to be hanging around here either. We're fairly well defended. So let us go and use the underway. And we're going to start marching forwards with some of our armies now. We've got a few weaker armies that we're leaving at the back. So let's take Lucas's army. You're going to use the underway as well. And we're basically just going to start marching north. Now then, I'd like you to encamp. Just make sure everybody's fully healed up, then we'll get you moving. And we'll sort of start sweeping north with 3 armies. Let's go and start helping out down here. They've literally got no defense, so we will just go ahead and auto-resolve that one. It should be nice and easy. Indeed it was, so we can sack it or we can raise it. We don't really need the money. Let's just go ahead and raise it. Gained a follower as well, so we're just trying to sort of wipe those guys out. They're not a huge problem to us. Do we want to then go and take Christopher's army and move over and attack more of their stuff? Because they do have this one down here, which would be nice to get rid of, especially if we are going to end up at war with them for a long time. Let's make that a mission. Let's sort of start marching over in this direction. We'll get that done. We'll go ahead and end the turn. Christopher Lowe and Thingrim both have a skill point. And I've only just realised after 43 episodes you can just click on those directly. You don't have to actually go and find the person it names. Typical. Better late than never. Let us go... yeah, put another point in Blade Master because we're working up towards Deadly Onslaught there. And... what are you? You are only level 1. Are you like a new lord or something? Where did we get you from? Always start off with Route Marcher. That extra campaign movement speed is pretty much worth its weight in gold. We do probably also want to keep building up the other army that we have in the north, the new one that we started. I think we are going to need like sort of 4 or 5 armies if we want to be able to deal with the scaling and the Varg, especially if Chaos come back. Who is this? Estelia have ended their non-aggression pact with us. This treaty is void. Well, that's fair enough. You're not really getting an awful lot done though, are you? So I don't really care. You're not really intimidating me. Got bigger fish to fry, as it were. At least we're not at war with Bretonia, and to be honest, I was more scared of Bretonia than I am of Tilia and Estelia, so... Ready for duty, Durak Steelbeard. Okay, so you are probably going to be the one that goes forth and... where are you? We will probably use you... Actually, you could have just gone out straight over there, couldn't you? You've got much less of a chance of being successful, though. So let's just sort of march you up to the north, and we'll do something with you, probably. Did we ever get that unique building built? We did indeed. That's really, really nice right there. So, let's keep moving north with all of these units that we can. What about Thorgrim's army? You still need to do a tiny little bit of recovery on these Longbeards, so we'll give you one more turn. We'll start moving you up in that direction. Karakungor. Why did we move out with you? I thought we actually had you in... What happened there? Apparently you have an order to march to there for some reason. Did I have the wrong unit selected? I think I might have done. You guys are supposed to be in there. Don't know where you think you're going. Ah, yes, that's what happened. It focused on him but didn't select him. That's what happened. Okay, so you guys need to get up there. Okay, that makes more sense now. We should be able to end the turn. I don't think there's an awful lot that we need to do here. But yeah, we need to start finding and settling those other settlements up into the northeast. But then we'll have to be careful to defend them from the Varg. Not so much the scaling. I think they're a little bit further over to the west. Wish the other Dwarven factions would stop getting in these petty wars with the human factions. They really don't need to be. They need to be concentrating their efforts against the Chaos Forces right now. But they're not willing to confederate, which is a problem. I will double check. It's always worth just having a quick look, seeing if anyone is willing to confederate. So we finished a tech as well, which is fantastic. Assembly lines, recruitment cost reduction for gyrocopters and duration. Armour for iron drakes and iron breakers. Missile resistance for artillery. Upkeep reduction. Well, we don't have an awful lot of problem with money at the moment, do we? High King's Tribute Commandment, additional 5% tax rate. Minus 10% construction costs for all buildings. That's got to be useful. Let us go and... There was something specific that I just thought about doing, and then it's just completely gone out of my mind. Let's go and make sure that you guys get back into there. Because you still don't have a full army. We want some more Slayers. And then I think you've already got some Iron Breakers in there. What else do we want to go and give you? A couple more units. Let's give you a couple of cannons. Why not? So we'll have another nice little army up there. You guys just sort of continue to make your way up to the north. Now then, what about Thorgrim's army? You are fully healed, so you are going to go into Underway, and we're going to start moving you up and probably deal with some of the scaling in the Varg up here. They're actually getting quite low, these guys. Who's that? That is Durak. You can go and attack these guys straight off the bat, actually. 50% chance to assault their units, or a 30% chance to assassinate. Don't try and assassinate. Ah, we're successful. There you go. If you keep rolling the dice, you are eventually going to get a win. So that was quite nice there. We could definitely build up some of these. I don't think we really need to right now, though building up the the iron smelters and things are always useful. So we are working our way down to here if we can. It'll take a while to get there, but we can get there. Now, I was going to upgrade one of these. I think this is the one that I wanted, because we wanted to be able to upgrade the Mason's Hall. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. That is fine. Afro's still working his way over to the Purple Dwarves. You have an unused skill point, so let's give you Patrol Ambusher. I Again, I just had another quick thought pop into my head of something that I wanted to do. That was it. Check diplomacy and see if anyone would be willing to confederate. So you guys are probably going to say no.
Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, you're very unlikely to do it. Even if I offered you like all of my money, you probably would still say no. Let's just have a quick look. Yep, chance would still be low. Yep, they rejected, as expected. Carrick Norn. Now then, you are still at war with Bretonia. Would you be willing to join a confederation? Again, chance being low. And Carrick Zilfin, you are almost definitely going to say no. I do not trust your clan, so speak and be done. Yeah, he's not very, very good, really. We'll just have to hold off on that one. We might even end up having to go to war with the dwarves themselves at some point, just to sort of get the remaining settlements that we need in order to complete the campaign. Again, early mistakes were made in this campaign because it is my very first game of Total War Warhammer. If I'd restarted knowing then what I do now, I'd make sure that I sort of confederated the other dwarven factions as early as possible. The problem is with doing it, I mean, it is nice to keep some of them as sort of independent factions. Much like in a game like Europa Universalis 4, it makes more sense sometimes to keep vassals around than it does to actually integrate them. Because vassals will have their own manpower, they will have more units, they will have the ability to field more generals. So it does actually make them very, very useful to keep around. Can't really see where those other armies gone. They must have just disappeared off, but we'll just sort of keep... Oh, no, again, you see. Wrong unit selected. I wanted to attack this unit. I was looking at the wrong thing. You can't get there anyway, so don't worry about it. You've kind of run in the wrong direction. We'll get you back down here anyway. We'll get something done. I thought we had this unit selected. This is Afro, though. Afro's still working his way over there. It's going to take him quite a bit of time to get there, but he should be okay. So this army that we've got up here now, this one should be full. It's not quite full. We could potentially get a hero unit in here. Possibly. Recruit a hero. We could get a runesmith. Uncompromising. Sure, let's get a runesmith. Recruit. And you're going to join that army. There we go. Now it's a full stack of 20. And you guys will continue to sort of move forwards, and we'll try and find where those other settlements are. Same goes for you guys. And then we've got Thorgrim's army down here somewhere. But you're going to sort of stick more in the middle. We don't want to get ambushed too badly, though. We don't want to spread our armies too far apart. So you have a free skill point. Let's give you Root Marcher. And you have a skill point, Rune of Shielding. Okay, so this is our Runesmith. So you've got some interesting things. There's no green skin, so that's pretty useless. Character's Aura Leadership is useful. Runic Seal. Enemy hero success chance is modified by an additional -10%. Deployed in own province. Again, so we want to go down this route because this is more of a campaign map route. This is the actual battle route. So we'll go ahead and... Oh, he actually has quite a few points, does he? Okay, that's fair enough. So what do we want? Forge Fire. That gives us some armor piercing. Let's get that. Rune of Oath and Steel gives us some extra armor. And then cooldown on rune abilities for our own army. Yes and yes. And then Rune of Wrath and Ruin, which is basically a direct damage ability. So let's go ahead and get that. Okay, that is very, very nice. What more do we have? That's probably it for that turn. We've got our army heading down towards another one of Tilia's settlements. Bretonia is still getting attacked by some of Chaos's vassals. Or the Chaos tribes, I think they are. I'm not actually sure. I don't know what the scaling and the Varg are. The only reason I say that they are sort of vassals of Chaos is I was watching Lionheart play one of the campaigns. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was actually the Chaos campaign. Yeah, it was the Chaos campaign. And he was able to go up there and sort of raise them up from settlements as vassals. So I assume they are just Chaos forces. But I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. My lore is not fantastic. You're really making your way south. So let's try and get you down here to interfere as much as possible. Afro's going to continue to make his way over. That is absolutely fine. Don't have any problems with that at all. These armies are going to work their way north. I want them to hopefully stay fairly close together. Now then, where are those places we need? We know about that one. Blackstone Post, we know about that one. Carrot Drac. You're right over on that side. So the closest one is probably Cadiz Bordkarag. And they're way up past all of these places here that we can see on the map. So we've really got to move these guys sort of in that direction, which we will do. And we've got Thorgrim's army as well. You're going to keep sort of moving north where you can. We can't be attacked, of course, because it's only other dwarves and greenskins that can use the underway. So we can pretty much sneak past the Varg and Scaling's armies. Now, another thing that it says down here... apparently we've already done this one. Ensure that the military presence belonging to the Warriors of Chaos faction exists only in the following regions. The Chaos Waste. Well, they're not actually around at the moment because Archeon is currently sort of wounded. So if we could just go and get the remaining settlements, then we'd actually... Well, we need to clear the Book of Grudges as well, I suppose. But if we could just get the remaining settlements that we need, we'd pretty much be done with this campaign. The Empire have ended their military alliance with us. That is unfortunate. Maybe we need to make some peace against the other Humies. Yeah, a lot of people ending their non-aggression pacts. We're losing a fair bit of trust here. Let's start trying to make peace with Tilia. We really need to avoid getting involved in these wars now. Now the Varg get a turn. Really just slow the game down. Because we've got nothing to gain by fighting the other humans. We'll welcome the additionals. Now then, let's go into here. Let us go and first of all... Yeah, Norkska. Like, they're the Vikings, aren't they, really? So we're at war with you.
The time for talk is over. Make your demands.
Well, I was going to offer you peace. I will even offer you a little bit of money, just to get out of this. Just a tiny little bit of money. What if I offered you that much money? No, I don't want you to pay me. That'd be silly. I'm going to pay you. Where are we? Oh, Peace Street is already on the cards. Offer payment. That's what we wanted. How about I give you, like, 3,000? Still low. 7,000. Still low. Really? 10,000. Still low. Okay, fine. We'll go and take one of your other places then. That is fine. So, Empire, you don't like me much. Attitude is deteriorating. Past treaties with Karak Kadrin, hero actions against Karak Zilfin. Oh, well, I know, but I kind of need to... And we're a great power, which automatically makes people hate us.
Greetings. All you survey are loyal to me, so I advise caution with your next words.
Let us see if we can pay for a non-aggression pact. I really don't want to be at war with the Empire. Likelihood of success low. Let's go a little bit more moderate. Let's try it. And rejected. Bastard. Okay, fair enough. Let us go and extend the turn, really. There's not an awful lot more we can do there. Afro's getting very, very close to Karak Zilfin. The only reason I need to do that is because I need to actually get the grudge out of the book. Although if I could confederate them, then I wouldn't have that problem. So we do definitely have some issues going on at the moment. Game gets really, really laggy during the sort of AI's turn. Really throws the audio out of whack when I'm recording as well. See, a lot of Varg armies all moving around together. Very, very scary. You can't quite get in there in a single turn. But we'll get you as close as we can. We do need to continue to move the other armies to the north. I will keep trying to get declaration of peace if we can. Because I prefer not to be at war at the moment. Unfortunately, I've made the mistake of not really paying too much attention to what I was doing when getting involved in wars. And as a result, I've kind of got myself... kind of got myself into a position where a lot of the AIs don't like me all that much, which is very unfortunate. Baron Var actually quite like me. We're friendly but deteriorating. You still wouldn't be willing to join a confederation, would you? What about if we offered you some money? Payments, offer payments. How much can we offer you? Let's give you everything we've got. Chance low. It was always worth a gamble. Are you guys willing to peace out yet?
You come bearing arms. Is it war?
Well, we're already at war, and I'm come bearing a white flag. I'm trying to get you guys to be friendly, but you don't want any of that.
Make your demands.
Can we get a non-aggression pact with you? What about if we offer you some money on top? Give you some icing on the cake, as it were. Yep, still low. See, I want to go for peace. As soon as they start getting attacked by somebody else, they'll go, oh yes, we'd like peace, please. Generally is the way things tend to be. Okay, well, we'll go down here and start sieging out your place then. Do you know what? We're just going to go ahead and auto-resolve this, because it should be an easy win. And we lost a few units, not too many. Gained, like, next to no money for doing so. We didn't quite gain a level, which is unfortunate. We're not even using these banners, which we really should be. Around self affects enemies in range, reduces flying units. We want that on our leader, really. And then this one is extra leadership. They should probably both be on... Oh, you can only put one on him. We can get the flying off the Iron Drakes. Anyway, that's that done. That is a lot of money. But I'm just going to raise it. I don't actually need the money. Now, I'm not too sure whether that counts on this turn or whether you have to wait until the next turn for that to actually register.
Is it war?
See, I'm just going to go around and keep destroying your stuff until you actually... I mean, I could probably get him to a point where he would actually be willing to pay me to get out of the war. But I just want to be out of it, I suppose. Yep, no. Okay, well, we'll continue to go around and sort of chase you down. So things aren't going too bad, although relations with the other dwarfs are deteriorating. That said, the other two dwarf clans are very, very small, so if we do need to attack them, we might be able to get away with doing that. We might well be strong enough to pull that off. Can't really move along with anybody else, so I think we're actually going to go and end the turn and therefore end the video. So, I'm still sort of having a bit of a thought with this campaign. I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue it on for. It really isn't getting all that many views. I don't know whether that's because my audience don't find it all that interesting. I mean, it is quite different from some of the other games that I play. And I admit, you know, I'm not exactly a Total War master. I'm much better at games like EU4 and Civ 5 than I am at Total War. And this is my sort of first game. And, you know, it is quite time-consuming, especially with these Total War videos, because, like I said, I keep having audio sync problems, and that does require additional work in the editing to try and fix. And for the relatively few views that the series gets, it's kind of not really... it's not really sort of worth the time when I could spend that time making other videos that a lot more people are interested in. But I will probably carry on. Like I said, I'm not really sure how close we are to a win. If I could just go and settle those other few settlements up there, complete the grudges, there isn't really all that much to do. It's just very sort of time intensive. And I also appreciate that I'm quite passive in the battles. I do enjoy the battles, but you know, it's the the battles in Total War Warhammer have never been the big attraction for me. I've always liked the sort of campaign management side of things, but I know a lot of people who watch Total War videos much prefer the actual combat, which is completely understandable. But I'll give it some thought. I'm not turning around right now and saying that I'm going to abandon it. I'm still going to keep making some more videos, but I might just get to a point where it's like, well, okay, people aren't that interested in it. I'm not doing particularly well with it, and I want to use the time to do something else. But that is something that we will consider at a later time. Just before we end, though, what have we got going on here? We can upgrade the food here. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We'll call that good enough to end the turn in the video. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Total War Warhammer. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.